What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hoopty's Rides and Reviews. It's another beautiful morning. We're waiting for the snow to melt just a little bit more before I go back out to work. So we're just gonna keep working on the Impala, I guess, especially since it broke down in my driveway. The last time we had this thing out, if you check out my last video, I drove it off the tree row in the back and pulled it down out here, and we started to clean it up a little bit, and it decided to just stop running. Now, this thing has been sitting in my yard for a long time. I've got fuel stabilizer in it. I've kept it always fuel stabilized, so that way anything doesn't get gummed up in that carburetor, because I don't want to do a rebuild. But I have to say, I think either the fuel filter's clogged or the fuel pump isn't getting proper fuel to it. But it also might mean the carburetor is just dumping fuel while the fuel pump's pumping. It might just be stuck open and dumping fuel and flooding it. So that's another possibility. And this thing completely melted my cables on this box, so I've got some much nicer die-hard cables. We'll go ahead and hook that up. This cheap cables melted my terminal, but let me cut this on. 13 volts. All right, it is cold and it hasn't started in a little while, so we're gonna just choke it and try it. Take that choke off. Flip that throttle just a couple times, see if it helps. That distributor is brand new cap and rotor and wires and everything. It could be a bad distributor or a bad coil, but unlikely. I'm gonna check the spark, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna have something to do with popping this fuel filter out and checking the fuel pressure down here. Now make sure you use the proper tool when you're doing this. You know, she's adjustable. Hey. 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 Come on now, do the thing. Come on here, Bessie. Just give her up. Oh, that's not good. Wish I could have recorded that. I did, in fact, get it with this adjustable, but it took two hands. A little bit of dirt in there. Really not bad though. So I got the battery or jumper box charging. I'm gonna go ahead and check this #1 spark plug. See what this thing tells me. Oh, I think she took the rubber off my socket. Come on, Bessie. She is soaked and nasty. Soaking wet and pretty gross. Alright, so this is the second plug back on this side, and it is completely soaked as well. So I'm just going to go through, clean up all the plugs, kind of refresh them a little bit. I'm not buying new plugs for this motor. This motor is probably coming out. I may end up just putting some heads on it and running it for a little while, but that also depends on the transmission. Transmission's kind of slipping a little bit, but I think new fluid and new filter, it might come around. The jump box is running a little low, so I got a little helper on there. We're gonna go ahead and try it again. Every single spark plug was soaked, and I think one of the cylinders actually had some gas sitting in it. So it definitely wasn't that it wasn't getting fuel, it was just super flooded. So we're gonna try it again, no choke. I'm not gonna touch anything, no choke, no throttle, nothing, just see if it'll do it. Oh yeah, she started right up. Started right up. So she was just really badly flooded. It's actually running a lot better now. Well, a stupid mistake on my part. All this cold weather, I dumped a bunch of fuel and ran it on choke trying to start it, and it just didn't like that at all. It's actually sounding a whole lot better too. got a foul plug. I had that thing running right into the intake, and them plugs were just totally carboned up. So I think the move for this thing is transmission filter and fluid change, and maybe some Vortec heads. We'll get this thing on the road just for now, just so I can drive it and start cleaning it up, do the interior and everything as well. If you want to see that, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you want me to do to this thing. I think I'm going to start on the interior for the next video, clean all that up and get it the way it should be. The seats really aren't too bad. They could be a little better, but it's really the door cards. I don't think they're going to be savable. We might just replace them. See about maybe ordering some custom ones. I think they're like $150 a piece or something, but I don't want to spend too much money right now. Try to clean them, see about ordering some replacements, clean the interior of the dash, and get this windshield sealed so it stops leaking water into here. And I need to just buy a cover for it. So next video I'll clean all this out, go through what I got, and then we'll try to clean up the interior, just make this car drivable again. And I might also take it to a glass shop, try to get this thing sealed up so it's not leaking. I don't know if I really want to do that myself. But this thing runs pretty good for being treated so badly. This thing's actually running a whole lot better. Amazing what spark plugs do to you, or do for you. Let her slip into reverse real easy like. She's smoky. Got my boy back there. Actually running pretty damn good. Well, it turned out to not be such a problem. I thought it was going to be a much bigger problem, and I wanted to catch that on camera, but we ended up getting lucky. Just a little bit of flooding, and this thing is back running. It runs even better than it did before. I'm really sad that I ever parked this car. I should have never done it. If I'd have known that interior was going to get ruined, I'd have never parked this car, or at least got a cover for it. So if you want to see some more of this thing, please subscribe, hit me up in the comments, and let me know what you'd like to see next video. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a clean out on this thing. We're going to try to get rid of all this mold, get rid of all the trash and spare parts and stuff that's in the back, and actually scrub this thing down. Well, until next time, guys, please subscribe. Deuces.